Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your end of July 2017 general tarot update. It's Raina here. So, been shuffling the cards and getting a little paranoid. Why does this happen? As soon as I turn on the camera, I start hearing saws when it was completely quiet 1 second ago. Okay, well this is all like kind of going all over the place, so I'm just going to start picking cards here. Okay, now let me just kind of put the rest of these in a pile, tidy them up a little bit, and we will get started. The overall theme is represented by the Seven of Swords. This could simply be that you are keeping your cards close to your vest, that you're not necessarily sharing your ideas with other people. This could be wise, depending on what you have up your sleeve. Sometimes this card represents somebody else cheating on you, stealing your ideas, stealing your material resources. But I think that this is you because even below we have the Page of Swords as the spiritual message. So I did get a few swords in this reading. So the swords could be related to an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual. It can also be the case where you have a lot of mental activity. Maybe you're doing a lot of communicating, and this could be for something that you're doing business-wise, that you're launching. You may be writing a lot, you may be speaking a lot, and even as a living, doing something like that. In the past position, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is you building something. Could be a creative project, like building a website, for instance. But it could be collaboration with other people. In some cases, if this is a business situation, you could have been working with others on a project. Let's say you're in advertising and you have a team with you. They stole your ideas, and now the World card as the present situation shows that you're kind of ending that era, that cycle. You may have finally had enough with some group situation because, you know, you may have been part of the team and thought that everybody was going to be above board and they were being dishonest in some way, and you've just kind of like, you're washing your hands of it. If this is a personal relationship, it could be perhaps a three-party situation with the number 3. There could be, the Seven of Swords can be about slinking around. And it might be that somebody's cheating on you, and maybe they're denying it, and maybe you caught them in the past and they say they're not doing it, but you suspect that they're doing it still. And you're kind of saying, I guess this is over with. We had a nice run of things, but we're done. The higher message, so this is kind of like the spiritual situation or advice, is the Page of Swords. This is the card I call the spy card. In some cases, this can be paranoia. And for those of you Sagittarians who have Venus in Scorpio or Mars in Scorpio, you may have a personal, maybe you have the Moon in Scorpio. You may bring this on yourself because you have a lot of trust issues. In general, Sagittarius is pretty unjealous, is that a word? But if you have a lot of Scorpio, and that's possible because it's a sign next to you for personal planets, you may allow your imagination to run away with you, which would be Mercury in Scorpio. You may be a suspicious person and you bring it on yourself. Because if you keep accusing somebody of something, they'll say, you know what? I might as well do it because they're accusing me of it, you know. I might as well have fun while somebody is accusing me and really believes that I'm cheating on them, and justify it because they think that you're falsely accusing them. So just keep that in mind, because that could come back to haunt you. But this could also be talking about being more of a, not being suspicious, but seeing things for what they are, not being naive about a situation, really kind of like researching somebody. This could be you going on the internet to kind of check out somebody's story. If you meet somebody and you're just taking their word, you're taking them at their word, you may be dealing with somebody who is totally misrepresenting themselves. Now, I don't feel like this is a new relationship, because with the World card, it seems like an era is ending, okay? And it's not something that's just like been dating casually for a couple of months and now you're... I think that this is more of a marriage, or a... if it's at work, it's something that you've been at for a while. There's an established situation happening. And it's more of like not being gullible and finding out for yourself, I would say, is the Page of Swords. So even in a work situation, not just going along to get along, but really being on top of things. And, you know, Sagittarius is supposed to be very good at the big picture, but not necessarily the little details. Unless you have Moon in Virgo like me, but even then, things can slip through the cracks very easily, because we are very kind of like, you know, Jupiter can be grandiose, actually. So it's great to be positive, but you don't want to be a Pollyanna, where you just like kind of gloss over things. Sometimes things need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with right now. What crosses you, and this makes me think that this is more of a personal reading, but I mean a personal relationship situation. This is the card of heartbreak. But it could be that this is something that happened a long time ago. Even for work, this could be feeling betrayed by others around you. Here's another number 3. You know, the number 3 deals with creativity too. So it's a card of really, you know, that expansiveness that comes about when we allow our mind to run free and we come up with all these amazing ideas. But sometimes other people are not as ethical, and they take your ideas. So that's what that 7 of Swords is about, keeping your ideas close to the vest. And this card, I would say, is sometimes it can be, as a challenge card, it could even be not remembering when you got screwed over. And, you know, I think that's another thing with Sagittarians. We tend to be like puppy dogs, and we tend to like forgive people, and just like we act like everyone is on the up and up, and oh yeah, maybe they slipped, but they apologized, it's all good, and they do it again. And it's I'm not saying that we should think people are sheer evil, but being a little bit cautious. This is being a little bit on high alert or wary is never a bad thing, because other people, when other people do bad things and they are allowed to get away with it over and over again, that doesn't help their souls, does it? So the idea of turning the cheek, I think, is a good theory, but in practice, I think that we have to hold people accountable for their actions. And one way to do that is by holding ourselves accountable for our tendencies. And sometimes people, it's not that they're really like saints, that they overlook things. It's because they don't really want to deal with the truth. They're kind of good at lying to themselves and being, you know, delusional. It's easier than having to face the unpleasantness of, you know, calling people out on their, you know what. And when I say calling out, I don't mean screaming and yelling. I mean saying, no, I don't believe you. You're lying to me again. You're cheating on me again. And I I deserve the truth. I deserve, if you want if you want this other person, go for it. But do not pretend that you're faithful to me and slink around behind my back like a Seven of Swords. And same with, stealing ideas at work. What can you do? You can protect yourself. This is like a spiritual message. Protect yourself. Don't, you count too. If you want to love everybody, then include you in the mix. Include yourself in the mix. What is coming in the near future, this is advice sometimes too. King of Wands. So you're going to feel that sense of like being on top of your game and being like totally in control. This is the ultimate expression of the fire energy. Well, in the masculine form, the very self-assured and positively aggressive, not, well, maybe I should say assertive, commanding, enterprising person. This can be also connected to like entrepreneurship. So you may decide to like ditch those other people, those snakes, and do things for yourself. If you have these brilliant ideas, why share them with other people? In other words, you might say, I need this like I need a hole in the head. I'm going to do things for myself. And this is the ultimate self-mastery with the King of Wands. And there's a sense of enthusiasm, sense of freedom, which Sagittarians crave. The outcome is the Star card. Hopes and dreams coming true. This is a card associated with Aquarius. If you know an Aquarian, that can hook you up with your dreams. But this is just a beautiful card of healing. So if you've been feeling like your heart has been torn apart, that you will heal from this. You will find renewal and a sense of hope, a sense of like joy coming back into your life, perhaps, and inspiration. Whereas you may have been let down by others and felt like you can't trust anybody, but you know that you can trust yourself, and that's where the starting off point. And this may have been the universe's way of prodding you into taking more control over your own life. So that's awesome. So Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have an awesome July. Bye.